I was obviously very nervous because this was a response to a letter that I had sent. And it was my first time getting on the phone in the context of a land deal. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Let me just
Right.
be very transparent. And so that's another reason why I think why I've been successful is a willingness to talk to people, listen to them, feel like I'm resonating with them, hear what their hopes, dreams, concerns are.
Imagine running a land investing business from anywhere in the world. No physical office, no inventory, just pure scalability. Sounds pretty great, right? Well, that's exactly what Buck Rizvi has built. After spending 21 years in the corporate world, he walked away from the grind and built a seven-figure land business with a fully remote team of just 3 people. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Only Land Fan Show. I'm Kendall Lejeune, and today we're going to break down exactly how Buck did it and how you can do it too. Buck didn't have insider knowledge, real estate connections, or a pile of cash to get started. He built his business from the ground up, figuring out step by step how to buy and sell land the smart way. In this episode, we're unpacking the key moves he made, the lessons he learned, and the strategies you can use to follow in his footsteps. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to find high value land deals, how to structure them for a maximum profit, and how to scale up while keeping overhead low. Let's dive in.
It was a live meetup that got me into the land business. I was meeting with a friend. I'm an instrument rated pilot, and I happened to be visiting my friend at the Boulder Municipal Airport. And we were rubbing on his airplane. He's got a twin engine Cessna, and he's a mentor of mine. And a friend of his came by and I was introduced to, and I'd never met him before. His name is Ken. And he mentioned that, oh, I'm in the land business and I run this land business from my home in France when I live most of the year he spends in parts of France. And it just blew my mind when he described that. He said, I run a virtual land business from overseas. And he introduced me to a couple of land coaches. I won't get into specific names right now, but he introduced me to a couple of things that he was familiar with. And it started me on the journey. I read a book on the subject. I signed up for some coaching. Next thing, I'm proving out the model to myself and doing my own land deals as a result of training and coaching that I received.
Crazy how one conversation can completely change your trajectory, right? Buck's entire journey started with a casual chat at an airport. That's the power of networking. You never know when a simple interaction could lead to something life-changing. But here's what set Buck apart. He didn't just hear about land investing and let it sit in the back of his mind. He took action. He read up, got coaching, and put the model to the test. And that's a huge lesson. So many people stay stuck in research mode. They binge podcasts, read books, watch videos, all great stuff, but they never actually take the leap. If you're serious about getting into land, the key is to learn just enough to take action and then actually do it. Buck proved the model to himself with real deals, not just theory, and that's the mindset shift you need. Less hesitation, more execution.
There were several things that one was inventory for me is that if I didn't have to make it, like it was ready to go, then that was very attractive to me, number one. If I could do lead generation and scale the lead generation in a way that I understood, and I did understand about both online marketing and direct mail based marketing, and I had experience with that in previous life, that was familiar and interesting to me. And if I could do this virtually, like from anywhere, that's very important because I've been doing a work from home since 2006 for a long time.
Right.
And I didn't want to have a situation where I needed an office, I need to go in and need to have a staff that I'm managing physically, that sort of thing.
Let's talk about why land investing is such a game changer. Buck nailed a few key points. No inventory headaches, scalable marketing, and zero maintenance. That's what makes land different from traditional real estate. Think about it. When you're flipping houses, you have to worry about renovations, inspections, dealing with contractors, and unexpected costs. But with land, none of that exists. You're dealing with a simple asset that can be bought and sold quickly. Plus, Buck's background in online marketing gave him a huge advantage because land is a direct-to-seller business. This means if you can master lead generation, whether through direct mail, online ads, or SEO, you can scale this business fast. If you're looking for a real estate strategy that doesn't require heavy upfront capital or project management, land is a game changer. And as Buck proved, you don't need to be a real estate expert to make it work. You just need a system that reliably generates leads and closes deals. If you're loving this, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment. What's your biggest takeaway so far?
It's my first time getting on the phone in the context of a land deal. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Let me just be very transparent. And I had the questions that I knew I wanted to go through. I did them as bullets. It wasn't like I was going to read them word for word, but I had an idea of what I was going to say. And in the basic order, turns out she was probably not quite my parents' age, as older, elderly woman. She was very sweet to me, easy to talk to. So that's, oh, thank God. She's not going to rake me over the coals or anything. In this case, it was a blind offer. So I had made the actual offer on the property. She knew it wasn't a neutral or a range offer or something like that where I had negotiation to do. So that was a nice aspect of it. And she answered my questions. I said, the next step is I say, you just signed the purchase agreement that I sent you, which is a simple one pager. And you can scan that and send that back and we'll get the process started. She said, okay. She did, like the next day. And I'm scrambling to figure out, okay, how do you record a deed and how am I going to handle this? In this case, it was going to be a self-close. So I had a few steps to go through. I wasn't closing through title on this one. It was a kind of a relatively inexpensive, around $2,000 acquisition. But at the time when you're just starting, 2,000 sounds like a lot.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if it's going to work. I got to sell it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
I would say that was the good news about that was blind offer, easy to deal with seller, not angry, easy conversation. I was speaking with them again, the willingness to get on the phone and have a conversation. I do see, we can get into this later. I do see a lot of land investors now, especially younger ones, would avoid picking up the phone. So they want to text, they want to email, or push it to a VA or something like that. And that may not serve them well in the early going of getting the business standing it up and really understanding it from all dimensions. And so that's another reason why I think why I've been successful is a willingness to talk to people, listen to them, feel like I'm resonating with them, hear what their hopes, dreams, concerns are.
Let's be real. Most people dread making phone calls. They worry about messing up, getting rejected, or sounding inexperienced. But here's what Buck's experience shows us. The best deals start with real conversations. Let's break this down further. Your first few calls will be nerve-wracking. That's normal, but confidence comes from repetition. The more calls you make, the more comfortable you get. The seller's motivation is everything. So you need to ask the right questions. Why are they selling? What's their ideal outcome? If you can solve their problem, price becomes secondary. And not every seller is ready to close immediately. Some need follow-up, reassurance, or even just more time. Buck didn't just make one call and move on. He learned to nurture relationships and play the long game. So if you're avoiding phone calls, you're leaving money on the table. Start small, follow a script, and refine your approach over time. Every great investor learns to have better conversations, and that skill alone can make or break your success.
I funded my own deals initially and was able to prove the model. I could demonstrate that. I experimented with a couple of funding partners who presented themselves in different groups, Facebook groups. You have a Facebook group, or the community I came in had their own Facebook group. And those guys are typically trolling. Guys and gals are trolling for operators, they call them, to invest in their land deals. And there's plenty of them. There's more money than you can shake a stick at for good operators and good deals. And so I tried a couple. I was seeing how does this work? I was experimenting. I feel like I can present myself. I can talk to people. I can say, this is my process. Here's the nature of the deal. And of course, they're going to look at the underwriting of the deal as well. And no good deal is going to be going to go by the wayside. So I did a couple of transactions with funding partners, and then I found a couple that, I really My attitude is I like to do business with people that I like to do business with. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Total sense. Total
I've done
sense.
enough things where I did things because I felt like I had to, or the terms were great, but I didn't really like the person or whatever it was. So if there was something that was off to me, or today, this is my attitude, if something off to me, I'm just going to go get the money elsewhere. I don't feel like I have to do the deal with this person. And it may not just be the term. The terms might have been okay, but maybe just the interaction with the person wasn't great. And so I've found some people that I like chatting with, I like doing business with. It's easy to do transactions with them if I need funding. And I want to increase that corral of folks that I'm working with. So I feel like I can, whether it's a small deal or now getting into these now literally multi seven figure type subdivide transactions, that I can get the funding for these.
One of the biggest myths in real estate investing is that you need a ton of your own money to get started. Buck proves that's not true. What you need is proof of execution. Investors don't back ideas, they back operators who can get deals done. Let's break down Buck's approach to raising private capital. He started with his own money. Before asking others to invest, he built confidence by proving the model himself. He documented his success because investors love clarity. Buck showed clear, repeatable processes for acquiring, flipping, and profiting from land deals. He built relationships before making the asks. Raising capital is not about pitching. It's about trust. Buck worked with people who already knew his track record. He made it easy to invest. Clear terms, simple structures, and full transparency made investors feel comfortable. If you're looking to raise private capital, here's the takeaway. Don't chase investors. Instead, focus on closing deals and creating a clear process. The money will follow the execution. Want to go deeper? Join our community at onlylandfansgroup.com for exclusive insights. Let's sum up the biggest lessons from this episode. Opportunities come from networking. Buck's entire journey started because of one conversation. Never underestimate the power of meeting the right people and staying open to new ideas. Land investing is scalable and simple. No tenants, no structures, just a clean buy and sell model that eliminates a lot of the headaches in real estate. Mastering seller conversations is key. If you want the best deals, you have to talk to sellers, build their trust, and uncover their motivations. The more comfortable you get on the phone, the more successful you'll be. Raising private capital isn't about selling, it's about trust. Investors don't back ideas, they back execution. Prove the model works, build relationships, and the money will follow. If you take just one thing away from this episode, it's this: action beats perfection. Buck didn't wait until he knew everything. He learned by doing, and that's how he scaled to 7 figures. So the question is, what's stopping you? Buck's strategy is a game changer for land investors. His simple, scalable approach proves that success isn't about complexity, it's about taking consistent action. Whether you're closing your first deal or scaling to 7 figures, the key takeaway is this: build systems, make offers, and don't overcomplicate the process. The investors who take action the fastest win the best deals, and that's just the beginning. If you want to hear the full, unedited conversation with Buck Rizvi, head over to our YouTube channel now. We dive even deeper into his strategies, deal structures, and how he built a business that lets him work from anywhere. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Hit that bell icon to stay updated. Until next time, keep taking action, keep improving your land business, and we'll catch you in the next one. Hey land fans, tired of sellers ghosting faster than your ex? Get ready. Our friend Ajay Sharma has created the ultimate program to transform your acquisition game. Land Closers Academy brings you weekly call reviews, a powerhouse community, and the proven system for turning leads into signed contracts. And check this out. Sign up now at olfclosers.com and you'll get my personal call review template that's crushing it with both my team and my coaching clients. This is the exact system we use to level up acquisition managers and consistently grow their closing skills. It's a game changer for managing your team. Ready to close more deals? Head to olfclosers.com and let's get you crushing it. Because the only thing getting ghosted should be your old closing rate.